Okay, I'm going to try to make this fast. I'm still stuck in the hospital, Mount Carmel, St. Anne's Hospital in Westerville, Ohio. This is the third time I've been in here, and these doctors keep changing up meds and stopping this one and starting that one because the side effects, then they give me another medication for the side effects. I'm fed up with it. I tried to leave earlier, and they basically wouldn't let me. They're making me sit here until the cardiologist comes in because I had a heart attack. But his assistant doctor came in. I don't know if she's a doctor. And I described once again the pain and everything else going on because they said call 911 if you're feeling the pain again. I had a heart attack a month ago, and I'm still in pain. So she says, after telling her all this, she goes, I don't think that's your heart. I think that's a muscular problem with your back and the chest pain. I'm like, are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? So I tried to leave and they wouldn't let me. So I'm still stuck here. But I gotta say something. The CEO, they just hired the first African American woman as CEO of Mount Carmel. And there's three other hospitals. There's United Health in Ohio. There's Children's Hospital. Those CEOs make close to $2 million a year. And their revenue is in the billions. Mount Carmel, a little bit smaller, but they're building new stuff. I think their revenue was a billion or 2 billion, something like that. Their CEO, the previous one, just retired, probably for shenanigans. She was making over $1 million a year, the CEO. This new CEO is probably making, $1.5 million maybe, because who she is. But I got to tell you something. I've been stuck in here. It was the same way last month. They charge you, then they charge your insurance, and now my Medicare. The bills for the last couple of trips here were over $150,000 for the so-called treatment that I've received. I could have done it myself at home for what they've done. And it's overprescribing medications. I had like 7 or 8 different medications they wanted me to take every single day. And the side effects, it was attacking my liver. It's either attacks your liver or attacks your kidneys. My kidneys were being attacked by these drugs. So they're all disagreeing, these doctors. They can't agree. But the worst thing is, you're being charged for everything. They hand you a fucking spoon and they charge your insurance for it. Now I get a notice on their My Chart thing, they call it, because I get all the reports before they do, according to this My Chart. It's pretty amazing. But it's easily 150, pushing $200,000. And I really have all I got was a couple of stents stuck in my heart. That's basically all I got. Plus all these drug interactions. Getting straight to the point here. On top of all that, the nurses are great. The nurses are fabulous. These doctors, they're all arrogant. Because I start asking questions, because I've got the information before they even come in. The 1 or 2 have actually showed up and spent some time talking to me. And they get upset because they don't want to spend more than a minute or 2 wasting their time on a patient when they can hit every room in the hospital and make, 10, 20, 30 grand or whatever it is. So I basically pissed off the doctors, but they pissed me off. And the other thing is, they charge you for meals, okay? They want you to eat 3 times a day. Get a meal. So I ordered a grilled chicken sandwich. They said, can I have that? I'm diabetic, and and that's the other thing. My glucose spikes because of the drugs they're giving me. So then they give me another drug to counteract that. And then I had all kinds of different numbers spiking because of the drugs. So they're saying, well, stop taking that one, but we'll give you this drug to counteract the side effect of that drug. So I'm like, all right, I'm stuck here. Breakfast was horrible. It's like a little piece of nasty egg white they let me have. No seasoning. Well, it's a hard boiled egg and some. I had a bagel that was just nasty, little burnt thing, and a bowl of soupy oatmeal. Because that's all they'll let me have. And the other thing is my lungs haven't cleared up for a month, because they. But get this, they charge $9 for per meal. It could be more. That's what they want to charge, like a family member, if you want to have a nice meal with your family when in the hospital room. Grilled chicken sandwich. You lift the lid. Say, oh, it must be nice. Look at this. This is a chicken breast. That is what they consider a fucking chicken breast. This burnt, dried up little, it's the end of a breast cut off. So what are they doing with the real part of the breast? Probably serving that nicely cooked to staff, or they, oh, by the way, everybody that works in the kitchen and delivers the food, they're all illegals. This hospital employs illegals. That's why they got upset with me in the emergency room, because I had to wait in line behind an illegal. So you're racist. How did you know that? Okay, but that's their idea of a fucking chicken breast sandwich. Unreal. So the nurse was very nice. She looks at that, and the nurses are all looking at it like, yeah, we know. She says, look, the codfish. There's an entree that's a codfish you can get for lunch. It's okay for your diet. I said, okay, great. An entree, not what they consider a sandwich. Comes in and it was heavy. I'm like, wow, it must be nice. That is their fucking entree. That is their entree. Look at that. That is horrific. And it's just as bad as the chicken. It's overcooked, dried up little end of the cod that, they're cutting off, and that's serving that to their patients. And that's supposed to be like a lemon sauce on it. It looks like somebody spit on it, which they probably did. Oh, well, they did give me, that's supposed to be for your sandwich. But that's, God. Look at that. Look at that. That's a fucking chicken breast. I wouldn't give, I'd give that to a dog or a cat, yeah. And this is that's an entree. That's all it comes with. That's it. That's like the piece you throw on the grill after you got the real piece of fish. And the CEO, a proud black woman, is making well over $1 million a year. And they're billing your insurance. Oh, did I say that Medicare, they get the bills, and then some 20-year-old actuarial table looker person is saying, yes, okay, yes, okay. So it's, 150 grand maybe and counting, probably more now after they kept me here for 2 days. That's just to jack the bill. They've done nothing for me yesterday or today. And the cardiologist never even showed up. They're making me wait for the cardiologist. And this is what they fucking give you. So I'm looking at all the billing, because I'm getting all the information, all the files. And it says, we're waiting. There's the insurer, Medicare, has not approved $40,000 worth of bills. $40,000 worth of bullshit. There's every single thing is hundreds of dollars, They charge for everything. They'll charge you for this little piece of crap after stabbing your fingers, get blood. I've lost count of the number of times I had to get blood. This thing keeps stabbing me because the nurses, they put a stent into my heart through my arm. So and it says, oh, you may be on the hook for 40 grand after all of this bullshit. And all I got was 2 little stents shoved into my heart, into my arteries, and over medication brought to you by Pfizer. It's outrageous. Everybody in the hospital agrees. All the nurses I've spoken to, they all agree. They know what's going on. Even one of the doctors down in the emergency room. I talked to her and she says, yeah, what can we do? You could go on strike. You could stop working. You could stop paying your taxes. You could do a lot of things to make all this go away. Because without you people supporting this system, it would collapse. So would the government, And I'm so disappointed with these people in the White House and Congress. They just stole trillions from us again after lying to us. And this is what we get. Oh, and Social Security sent me a couple of notices. I get a lousy $650 a month, And they wanted to take 200 of it away from me. I got a notice saying, we're not going to pay your insurance premiums anymore. You're not going to pay the Medicare? Excuse me? Almost $200 out of that $6. And then there was another, because I don't pick up my mail often. And there was another one in there, a second one. And the second one said, oh, we're going to pay your, imagine some person who doesn't understand, and they're on the verge of ruin, ending up in a old folks home somewhere stinking of piss. And they see something like that. They get something like that. And then the second one comes and it says, it was a few days later, it says, oh, we're going to pay that, You assholes. I voted for you cocksuckers in Congress and in the White House this time around. But I voted for the same kind of scumbags. Clinton, I voted for him twice because they claimed he balanced the budget. And it's all lies. It's all lies. And now we're trillions in debt. What is it, like 40 trillion and counting? It'll be 50 trillion, thousands of billions. And this is what they give you. Oh, of course, now they want us to eat bugs. So the next time you're going to get a plate full of bugs, which are poison, by the way. That's why animals don't eat the bugs. It's because their shells are poison. But all this is poison, too. I couldn't believe this. I'm like, this is horrifying. And the drugs they're giving me are the worst offenders. It's the side effects. This is all planned. They want us sick and they want us dead. They want us paying first. And Americans are stupid. They're so gullible. They'll just keep paying. They'll just keep paying. Until one day they're gonna say, oh, by the way, the system has just collapsed. Your dollars are worthless. We've instituted a new electronic form. Your social credits. Oh, by the way, Mr. Lucan, Medicare is no longer solvent. Get the fuck out of the hospital. You now owe us, and we're going to come after you. With IRS agents who are armed. Good luck with that, you motherfuckers. That's all I'm going to say on that.